Hello, this is Pure Inefficiency. Today, I have come to present the question that all Project Moon fans come to ask. Is Project Moon vegan? It's a tough question that I know many gamers ask before playing any of their wonderful games, and I think there should be a necessary examination on whether these games are filled with vegan propaganda or not. But don't worry, for I have the answer. The short answer is no. Project Moon is not vegan. Thank God. For that, we have some evidence of this right here, where we have two characters from the game Library of Ruina, a Project Moon game, enjoying a Korean dish known as pajeon, whose ingredients include animal products such as eggs for the batter and different meats for variety. But there isn't really proof that this dish has meat alternatives or egg substitutes, so I'll provide a more concrete example. Here's Arby's head chef Ryoshu presenting her delicious meat pies. Ryoshu, being one of 12 playable characters of Limbus Company, another Project Moon game, thus to a certain extent representing Project Moon itself, along with having proof of origin as to where she got the meat for her meat pies. This, as opposed to the origins of the cream for when she presents her. Congratulations! Now that you know Project Moon is not vegan, here are the things you can consume from Project Moon without the influence of veganism. You can now play Lobotomy Corporation, Library of Ruina, and Limbus Company. And of course, you can also read Leviathan, Distortion Detective, and Wanderlab. Actually, you can't do that last one, but everything else you can. Thanks for watching my video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more enlightening content like this. You're still here. I guess you want to know the longer, more serious answer then? Okay. First off, in order to understand why Project Moon is not vegan, we must first assert what veganism means. Taken straight from Wikipedia, we can define veganism as the practice of abstaining from the use of animal products, particularly in diet, an associated philosophy that rejects the commodity status of animals. This means that vegans actively avoid things that involve the use of animals, such as animal products like meats and eggs, clothing such as leather or wool, entertainment such as zoos or circuses, or services like experimental testing or even service animals themselves. There are certain core ethical pillars that underline vegan practices, or at least the variation that we're going to discuss ethical veganism. The first tenet of many ethical vegans would be that animal life has value and should be preserved. This is to all animal life to the extent that a vegan can discern, from things as simple as actively not stepping on ants to helping out other human beings, the two lives having the same ethical weight. Ethical vegans often engage in various humanitarian efforts due to this belief, such as donating, advocating for rights, human or otherwise, and volunteering. The second tenet would be that commodifying life is unnecessary and causes suffering. In the same way you wouldn't harvest a human for their hair, skin, and meat, vegans object to the harvesting of wool, leather, and meat from animals. So how does this relate to Project Moon's values, or at least the values presented in its main setting, the city? Surprisingly, it starts with the same ethical pillar that veganism does, that all life has value, equal value, actually. In the eyes of the city, an ant's life is equal to that of a human's. The difference being that the city allows the commodification of life, all life, humans included. For example, the reason we know that Ryoshu's meat pies are real sourced meats is because we see how her sous chef, Gregor, gets it straight from the source. They're cannibals, in case I have to spell it out. In the eyes of the city, though somewhat frowned upon by the inhabitants, eating people is perfectly a-okay. In fact, there are celebrity chefs born out of cannibalism, such as Greta here, who became so famous for her cannibal delicacies that her fellow chefs fully endorsed and enjoyed her cooking, even as they themselves were being turned into a meal. She even has a quote that vegans would agree with. Is it because human life is precious? That's a flawed statement. What makes the life of animals less precious? We're not about to go down a boring philosophical riddle about the weight of life now. If humans clearly have more value over other animals because we're apex predators, then there shouldn't be any problem with a pack of humans that rise above the rest and prey on others. Maybe not that last part, but you get the gist of things. In fact, human lives and aspects of humanity are some of the most commodified products in the city. For example, for humans, we can obtain meat, extract enkephalin, which are naturally present painkillers that bind to opioid receptors in the brain, that in the city double as energy resources, time, as in literally selling your time and having less of it, or even your own colors. And of course, you can go back and buy them. All these aspects and more are commodified in the city. So, with that, we can definitively answer the question: is Project Moon's main setting, the city, vegan? No, it's not, to the extent that I would call it anti vegan. The city takes the perspective that vegans might have of meat eaters to the logical extreme. All life, human or otherwise, is a commodity that can be bought and sold. And as for the suffering, that's the whole point. Thanks for watching.